Good morning, you guys. It's actually good afternoon. It is 12:24 and I'm very excited because we're going on a holiday. Gonna be so nice. Whenever I go somewhere, I always listen to Madonna Holiday. Anyway, it's been very cold in Australia. We're currently in winter because most of my viewers are in opposite seasons right now. So that's why I always explain that it's cold here. For anyone who's in Australia or New Zealand, they're like, yeah, we know it's cold. Most viewers are actually from the other side of the world, so they get a little confused. But yeah, it's been cold here, so a lot of Australians are trying to go away for some warmth. And I feel like doing the same thing. So James and I are going to whiz up to a place called Noosa for 3 nights. And that's in a place called the Sunshine Coast, which is in Queensland. And it's just gonna be a very quick, simple, beachy holiday. There's a beautiful national park there. So I'm really excited to go for walks, hopefully go for a swim, do some shopping for some warm weather clothes. We might be getting a very hot summer like the rest of the world is experiencing right now, or maybe the following year, not really sure, obviously, but it's possible. So I wanna get some hot weather clothes. And yeah, I've got to get ready for the trip. I am not sure if I'm going to vlog while I'm away. I don't want to promise it because I know part of me needs a break. And even though it might not sound like it, vlogging is actually, when it comes down to it, work for me, even though it's also a hobby. If I want to give myself a complete break, I won't vlog. But then again, if I'm in the mood, then I'll vlog. So there might be a Noosa vlog, I'm not sure. But today I thought I'd show you guys how we get organized to go away. And I'm going to do some packing. The house needs a big clean. I'm not sure if you guys can see how dirty it is right now. Actually, don't look. In person, it's very dirty. We kind of left it to get to a very dirty point, knowing we had to clean it today and tomorrow before we go away. So it's particularly bad. And with Bowser, he brings in a lot of dirt and stuff. The reality of having a beautiful, big, hairy dog and drooly dog is they bring in a lot of stuff. So I've written a list. This is the list right here. I make little boxes to tick off because you get an endorphin rush when you complete a task. Now, where's my pen? So Bowser is going to be looked after by his grandmother, aka my mum, whom we call Margie. That's her grandma name. Yes, we gave her a grandma name because Bowser is her grandson, okay? Dogs are family too. So I need to vacuum, mop, toilet clean and bathroom. Wash the dog bowls. I've folded the washing already, so we can tick that off. I can feel allergy season coming. Wash the dog hammock, because they're going to put the dog hammock in their car, just in case they have to drive somewhere with Bowser. Probably won't need to, but just in case. And I don't want them putting, a dirty dog hammock in their car, so we'll clean that. I need to do an outdoor cleanup because I've got my gardening stuff everywhere. I need to do the spritz, which is a vodka water spray that I spritz around the house. Clean and wipe the side tables in the bedrooms and make the beds with clean linen. Clean the kitchen. And I also have a brand new veggie box, you guys, because I felt like we should add another to the family. I'm actually going to show you guys that right now because it's so exciting. I'm also not sure if you guys can tell, but I've had 2 coffees today. I had my flu shot 2 days ago, and then that meant yesterday was a total wipeout because, I don't know, I get really tired after shots, like flu shots and COVID shots. So I just hung out in bed yesterday and I started Mad Men again. I love that show and I haven't watched it for so long. Whoa, this is really bright outside. My skin looks like it's glowing. Ta-da! So these are our 3 existing veggie boxes, which I've been very happy with. This is the 4th one. So I really like the company that we got this from because they also deliver, if you want to, all of the stuff to put in it. So you get compost, bit of potting mix, you get, I think there's some manure in there, some straw. Pretty sure this is sugarcane mulch that I already put that in. And then we're also going to be using some rock salt and worm poo. And it's just really great because it's just all together. Obviously, it's probably cheaper if you buy it yourself separately, but it's just easier to get all delivered. And then they also include the tubey things, these metal brackets, and this netting to put over it as well. So it just comes all together. But then again, more cost effective, I guess, to do it yourself, so up to you. I will say the netting could actually be a little bit big still. You can see here there's some holes, and I reckon it's from bugs flying through the net. I guess it's possible they were already in there, but most of the time it's pretty good though. And in terms of the garden at the moment, what we have in here is pak choi. We've got baby spinach, which is lovely. Beetroot right here is growing. The radishes I picked, they were beautiful. Rhubarb going strong despite it being moved. Ooh, it looks like our cauliflower is getting really eaten. Dang it. How did they get in there? The brassica family is really hard to grow here because those damn cabbage moths get in. And I have no idea what that is. And then over here we have some beautiful mizuna leaves. They're really lovely salad leaves. You just pick them, put them in a salad bowl. Love those. Cos lettuce growing. This is our spring onion that we just continually pick and cut from. We've got some coriander in there too. But in this new one, I would like to put tomatoes in there this summer. And then this is all kind of going well, the same. Our potatoes are starting to come through. That's exciting. They're so strong because they obviously come through from underneath all of this. And it's amazing how the plant just pushes through to get to the sunlight. And the way I do my potatoes in these potato bags, the reason why I put them in here is because they have little windows and they're Velcro. So when it's time to harvest, you can just open up that flap and put your hands in and get all the potatoes out. But you fold them down to start with, and as you see these green leaves coming through, you then put more compost on top, and you just gradually do that until the bags are full, and then you judge the greenery when to harvest your potatoes. So I reckon these are really great. I also fully emptied them and put new soil compost in there for this season because there were some grubs and things in there which are probably great for the soil, but I just wasn't sure. Our blueberries are starting to flower, so I think we're gonna get some blueberries. I'm really excited about that. There's lots of flowering happening here. And the mint is growing back. Probably should have cut this back a lot more. But yeah, new mint is growing. I love when spring starts again. Bowser has not used his doghouse, much to James's disappointment. We got him a big bowl though. He likes this because he can see it more easily. And because he's such a big boy, he can actually carry that in his mouth still. I really did not think he'd be able to carry that in his mouth, but he can. Look how big this is. He's got a big gob. And I gave Bowser a brush yesterday and I just put his hair in the tree. It is so warm, it would be so great for bird nests, and we've actually seen a couple of bird nests around where they've collected his fur and actually used it. So occasionally I'll just leave a little bit out for them in case they want to grab some. Although they never use the stuff I put out. It's only the random bits they collect, so I don't know. This is why I need to clean up the outdoor area because it's kind of gotten out of control. And I haven't been able to use my weights for so long. That is needing a really big wipe down because I actually need proper storage for all of this stuff. But the problem is the weights are so heavy, I don't know what's going to be able to hold it. In our little greenhouse, we have the tomato plants growing. And when these have a second set of leaves is when we can actually plant them out. So we've got a range of different tomatoes here. This is a capsicum plant, and these are cos lettuce. And I just love when on the leaves, I was gonna say, I love when you can actually see the little seed still on the leaf that this actually grew out of. So cute. Okay, time to pack. I really like packing, but I really dislike unpacking. And I know it might seem a bit ridiculous, but I use 2 wardrobes. We have the wardrobe in our bedroom, which has James's side and my side. But then right now I'm in the guest room and I use the guest room wardrobe as well. It's not completely full, but my idea is I put all my active wear in here and then like my regular clothes go in the other wardrobe. I have a suitcase here, and you best believe I'm taking the big suitcase, even though it's only 3 days. A girl needs options, all right? I'm actually a little unsure of how much beach time I'll have. 1, because we're not going for too long, and 2, because I'm not sure how warm it'll be. Like it says 20, 25, but that's not actually that hot. Although the water's a lot warmer up there, so probably. It'd be a shame not to go for a swim. So I need a beach bag, beach shoes and hat. Okay, shoe-wise, I'm gonna take these little kitten heels. Love these. They're so comfy. I really like St. Agnes shoes. Usually I've managed to get them on sale, which is good. And I have these nice flats as well. You guys might remember those from last year. Sneakers for exercise. Then I'll have casual sneakers for on the plane. Special dressy handbag for going out. Actually, I should put my beach shoes in my beach bag. And then I have so many going out outfits that I wonder if I'll end up wearing them. We will see. Oh, I really want to wear this beautiful halter neck top. It like goes up around the neck, but I never know what to wear it with, so I haven't actually worn it yet. The tag's still on, and that was a sale item, and I just snatched it up. Haven't tried on this skirt for a while. I hope it still fits. I should probably try it. It's been so frustrating because I was in such great, strong shape, and then I got my chronic pain in my pelvis, and I haven't been able to work out in the same way. So of course, naturally, it's made me put on weight, which means now a lot of my clothes aren't fitting as well. And it's like, oh, it's so frustrating. I mean, my aim is to just be healthy, you know, but just practically speaking, it's a bit annoying because I've got some beautiful clothes I want to wear, but they're just that little bit tighter at the moment. But hopefully, if things keep going how they are, I'll be able to get back to the workouts again soon. Okay, so we've got quite a few dress outfit options because I'm hoping to go out for dinner. I'm hoping James will take me out. For pajamas, I just have these little short by Le Buns. They're really comfy and I wear them with a nice oversized Care Bear Teddy Fresh t-shirt. I'm just gonna add a few things like jeans and maybe a tracksuit, and then I think that's probably enough. Quite dark now because it's later in the afternoon, but the bed is made and I still haven't found artwork to put on this wall yet. I just haven't found what I want. I'm thinking I want sunset kind of clouds, so blue, soft orangey pinks maybe, just to kind of open up that wall. And then this cushion is quite special to me because this is a cushion that I gave to my grandmother. So this was at my grandmother's house and it's got Australian flora on it, which a lot of you guys know I'm a big fan of. And then after she passed away, I got the cushion back. So yeah, I feel like the sunset would tie in nicely with that. And then these side tables, oh, right now all we have here is Zelda, Majora's Mask, and this is Link, Navi, and was it Sarah from Ocarina of Time? We put those up ages ago when Zeus stayed. But these side tables, they don't like fully go with the aesthetic in the house, but they're really special because my dad made these by hand. He's quite skilled at welding and woodwork. So he made all of this, which is really cool. And they're kind of industrial. So you guys know I love industrial style. Even though that's not really the current style of this house, I think they still look nice. Sometimes it's about using things that are special to you more than making a house look like a magazine, I guess. I also did a preliminary vacuum, so the floors are a little bit cleaner now. And oh my gosh, this plant's getting out of control. My goal was always for it to grow along this painting, so I'm gonna need to put like some command hooks up there, I think, and guide it around. Out of place. That's actually, James gave me this. It was our first conversation together online on Facebook. I've also written down Bowser's schedule because Mum and my stepdad are gonna be looking after him. So he has his wake up. He's a boy of routine, okay? Morning walk, expect 1 to 2 poo-poos. Breakfast, or if he stares at you, sometimes he stares like really, really intently, and that's usually when he wants something. Afternoon walk, expect 0 to 1 poo-poos. Dinner, or when he stares after dinners, he has a treat. And sleepy time. He's currently having some sleepy time out there. I've also cleaned the toilet, the bathtub. Dog hammock is in there. Taken the bins out. James has been working today, so he's gonna do vacuuming and mopping tomorrow, plus some other things. Fully packed. Well, almost fully packed. I think I'll have to go back to my list. That's the dog hammock, if you guys can hear that in the washing machine. So I like to wash the dog bells in the sink because they're pretty dirty. I don't really want to do it in the kitchen sink. But our laundry has like a handheld shower thing on it, and that's from the previous owners, so it's a little funny, and sometimes I've sprayed myself with it. So they even like cut holes in the bench to thread it through. So I guess this is what we use. But it's kind of handy when it comes to the dog bowls because we can pressure wash them a bit. So, you know, maybe they did the same thing. And then we have heaps of microfiber towels that we use to beard wipe Bowser. But they're also helpful for the dog bowl washing and easy to wash and dry. Just throw it in the machine and then in the dryer. So the water bowl that we have for Bowser is like a, I guess, no mess water bowl. We just got it off Amazon. Our friend who has a chow chow recommended it. And it just helps so their beards don't get wet, especially if you have a really drooly dog. So we tried two versions, this one and this one. This one has a bigger surface area. I haven't watched this one yet, but as they push down, more water comes up. But he doesn't like this one. He basically doesn't use it. He likes the little one. So there you go. Okay, so we've done pretty well. Dog bowls are done. Spritz will be tomorrow. Final kitchen clean will be tomorrow, as well as vacuum and mop. And maybe the veggie box if I have time. So I guess I'll just do the outdoor cleanup now and then shower and maybe play some Zelda. Oh my gosh, I just realized how bad the dog door is right now. I need to give this a wipe because that's from a muddy beard. Okay, much better. And now I'm going to clean up this outdoor area because it's just not looking that crash hot right now. All of this brown dry stuff is really good for compost, especially if you're putting a lot of vegetable and fruit scrap in the compost. This dry brown stuff will help even it out a bit more, and so it can be a little less smelly. Good morning. It is the next day, and as you can probably tell, it's beautiful and sunny, and I did finish clearing up out here last night. I'm actually about to go and get a spray tan, which I know people laugh when I say I'm getting a spray tan to go to Noosa, but usually with my olive skin, before I knew about skin cancer being such a threat, I would always have a really good tan. And I miss being able to tan. So this is a safe way for me to do that, and it just makes me feel good and summery. So I'm gonna get my spray tan. The only part about spray tan that I dislike is the fact that I'm topless and in underpants when I get it done. I get a bit embarrassed, just feel a little insecure, you know? But recently I've seen that they're now getting there's now spray booths around. So you just go into the booth by yourself and it sprays you and then you walk out of it and it's done. You don't actually have to interact with another person. So you don't have to worry about that. There's just none near me, so I couldn't try that out, but I've heard they're pretty good. I also had a really bad sleep last night. I had a bit of asthma. I get asthma around allergy season, which is now spring. So I had asthma last night, then Bowser was awake, so I got up to check on him, and yeah, I just kept waking up, and then my back was a bit sore. I had a bit of pelvis pain, so yeah, I'm a bit tired today. This is the beautiful weather we're having today, blue sky, and it's just gorgeous. Then this is the swept area, looking a little bit cleaner. Not perfect. I'd love to work on this space more and have proper storage and all of that. It's a work in progress. And then the doggy door is all clean now. I've also left information here about the house and Bowser, so it's all organized. So I am going to get into some loose clothing. I think it's going to be an 8-hour tan. Like, the actual tanning session doesn't go for 8 hours, but once you have it, I keep it on for 8 hours and then I wash it off. You can get much shorter ones, like 2 hours or I guess instant, but I find the longer ones have worked better for me. So I'll look a bit funny and too dark when I get back, but then I'll wash it off and it will hopefully look nice tomorrow and even better the following day. So I think I'll just wear track pants, loose top, no bra, and also some sandals. And I might go, do I have time to go earlier? Yeah, I might go a little bit early to get a coffee. I don't want to have to go get a coffee after having this spray tan because then I'll just look really weird. I mean, I wish I was like, I don't care, but I might go a little early to avoid that. So I've had my spray tan. It went well, and I've been told to wash it off within 3 to 4 hours, so I'll do that. And it's such a nice day, and I did all the cleaning yesterday. So James just has to do his part today, and I feel like I can just chill a bit more. So I thought I'd do some meditation with the Calm app out here in the sun. Hopefully Bowser will join me because he often does when I come out the back. And I ended up getting a coffee from the coffee shop with the tan having been done. It didn't look that crazy. The birds are so nice in Australia. I love all the familiar bird sounds. And I like when we're in Sydney, there's different bird sounds. They're more tropical. At least they sound tropical to me. And I've also booked dinner for each night that we're away because I felt like everything was booking up and there was only like 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. sittings left. Luckily, we love an early dinner. We have dinner at like 5 p.m. to 5:30 and then we like going home and staying in and watching something. Like, we are really such homebodies. But I think there's nothing better than just like going out for dinner, then coming back, usually home to Bowser, and just snuggling up on the couch and watching something or playing Zelda while James does his Lego. That's like our favorite thing to do. And I don't really drink much alcohol, so I'll have a drink here and there, but honestly, it just gives me anxiety the next day. Not anxiety about having had alcohol, but just, it's kind of like similar to having coffee, you know, like it just has that pulsating, anxious feeling. And coffee's all right for me as long as I don't go overboard, but with alcohol, I just feel awful, even from one drink sometimes. In saying that though, I will have a cheeky cocktail or two while we're away, and I'll just see how I go. But yeah, we don't really like go out for drinks and stuff like that anymore. And in Noosa, they make the best pina coladas at a place called Miss Moneypenny's. I mean, last time I was there was ages ago, like 7 years ago. So I'm hoping they still have them because they did a whipped cream on top. But it wasn't dairy, it was whipped coconut cream. Oh my gosh, I think it had some citrus through it, and I'm just praying they still have that. So, today's Calm app. Usually I meditate every day, and recently, because I've been busy like pre-recording to go away, I haven't been doing my self-care, so I need to do it today. And I usually put headphones in one ear so I can hear nature in the other, or if I'm inside I can just hear sounds, which I like to meditate with too. And I love the daily trip and the daily calm. The daily trip, I would say, is maybe a little bit more creative, like it's more different each time, whereas the daily calm, you kind of know usually what you're going to do. It's going to focus on breathing and have a kind of a message of the day. So I usually do the daily trip first and then fully deepen my meditation with the daily calm after if I have time. So let's do that, shall we? So I also have inside like a cushion I sit on, but when it's a nice day I'll sit out here. And I call this my Grandy lounge because my grandma, who I called Grandy, she would love to lay on her lounge outside where she lived. And she really was doing this up until she was about to pass on. Like, as long as she was able to, she would love sitting outside and watching the trees and nature, and she was always so appreciative of everything. And I thought, when I was quite sick with my chronic pelvic pain, which has since improved, thank God, I thought, you know what I need? I need a Grandy lounge. So if you're thinking about getting a Grandy lounge, I recommend. They're lovely to have. And this one I got on sale. I'm gonna do the house party daily trip. I do pay a subscription for this. It's not sponsored, but I wish it was. I've just got headphones in because I'm waiting on a phone call, but I just wanted to quickly show you guys. Number one, meditation was lovely. Number two, just wanted to show you guys how I do a vodka spritz to get smells, particularly doggy smell, out of cushions and fabrics. It's a hack I found online somewhere, and basically you do 1/5 vodka to water, and yeah, you put it in a spritz bottle, and then you just kind of spritz all your fabrics. It's a good way to freshen up wardrobes as well. So the vodka in our house we don't drink, but we spritz with. And yeah, there is a bit of a vodka smell for a little while, but then it disappears, and apparently it neutralizes any smells around the house, like dog smells and whatnot. So I just give it a shake, and I especially like to do cushions, curtains. Also be wary that you don't want to make things too wet so that you get a mildew smell either. So I just put the cushions up to freshen out, and preferably do this on a warmer day or when you've got the heater on, again, to avoid any of like a mildew smell. But yeah, I find this works really, really well. And yeah, for clothes wardrobes, it's quite nice. Freshen up a new season of clothes if you're not wanting to like wash them all. I know some people wash their full seasonal wardrobes each time the season comes around, but that's so much work. I actually have a terrible sense of smell, but my family, my mom and my sister and my auntie, their noses are crazy. Like, they can smell anything. So I'm also more conscious that they'll smell stuff. And the thing is, I speak to my psychologist about it, but I have like perfectionist personality. Not so much doing everything perfectly, but trying to, I worry about what people think a lot. So spritzing I also do maybe more often than you need to, but it makes me feel good and makes the house feel fresh. So I've just emptied some potting mix, compost into the garden box, and I've just got some cow manure as well to mix in. The mixing's kind of the hard part. It's kind of like baking a cake. And I don't think we're going to use all the bags that came with this box. We've also got worm poo to put in, I think it's called rock salt. Wait, is it rock salt? Or am I just thinking about Zelda? I think that's in Zelda, not in gardening. Or rock dust. And I assume that's just a mix of minerals that's good for the soil. Ideally, you should really wear a mask while doing this, but I'm taking care not to breathe in close to the manure and the soil because I'm not wearing a mask right now. What some of you guys might not know about gardening is when you get your soil ready, it's actually good to leave it for a couple of weeks before you plant anything in it, because it gives it time to kind of settle, I guess. In saying that though, I've often planted as soon as I've put it in and it's still been fine, but this is gonna sit for a little while. All right, where's my rock salt and worm poo? So I think the rock mineral salt, whatever it is in this paper bag. And then I've also got some activated rock mineral seaweed soil nourishment that just came with the whole kit of everything. And then we've got worm poo. This is fantastic, even though it sounds gross. So I'm gonna put these in before I do another layer of compost or potting mix. And you know, there's probably a specific order of doing all of this. And I feel like other than putting the like pea straw or cane sugar straw on the bottom, I've never been that fussed with the order, other than the first time I did this and I was like, they didn't tell me what to do. What am I meant to do? And I was like stressed. But now I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Bowser's having a snooze. I love when he helps me in the garden. Oh, that tan is coming along. Actually, I think I meant to have washed it off already. So this is what it's looking like. It kind of looks like someone's ashes have been spread on top. I mean, you can. A lot of people do that. And then they plant something like a beautiful rose. It was quite funny. Well, some people probably wouldn't find this funny, but I did. When we spread my grandpa's ashes recently and my grandmother's, a wind blew as one of the family members were kind of putting the ashes off the jetty into the water. The wind blew the ashes onto my uncle. And I'm sure that happens all the time. But it was so funny. This is the worm poo. If you're wondering if this is really smelly, like the cow manure and the worm poo, it's not very smelly. Because it's had time to decompose. It's not like fresh poo from a cow. I'm gonna use this little rake thing. I found this tool to be really helpful to just kind of mix it in. You definitely don't need all of these extras like minerals and worm poo and all of that. But like I said, they just kind of add it to this kit. And from previous experience, it's worked very well. Okay, now I'm gonna put the final bag of soil on top, or compost. Looks like it's gonna be compost. I always thought it was 50% compost to 50% potting mix, but I think it's like mostly compost with a bit of potting mix. You know what? I think we can fit another one on because it's obviously going to sink anyway, especially with that hay at the bottom. We do also have our own compost, but we don't have enough to use to fill up this box. Just gonna hose it down a bit too. Even though we're not planting anything, I feel like it'll help things get cooking, you know, blend in a bit. It'll also help it start to compress downwards. Okay, so now we've got to put the netting on. Got some zip ties, a whole heap of screws which will keep the netting down. We also have these, which is what the pipes get threaded through to kind of make our tent structure for the netting. So I'll drill those around it, and hopefully my mic doesn't run out of battery. Now I wonder which drill to use out of James's drill collection. This one, I don't know what the heck that is. This one, okay, this is a hammer drill. I know we don't need to use a hammer drill. Lucky it says what it is on there. What is this one? Oh, this is an impact driver. Okay, we don't need that. So we need this one. And I think these are rechargeable, so I guess the battery goes like that. And then we're gonna need a drill bit. Maybe that's what's in here? Maybe? So we look at the size of this and we find a piece that fits into it. This looks like it fits. How do I put it in? Whoa. I thought there was meant to be a thing that stuck in here that... Oh, this is it. This fell out, so that actually usually sits just in here. Oh, well that's probably all we need. Yeah, we can just use that one, because I don't really understand how to use these. I don't want to have an accident. Put that in, and tighten it, I think. Okay, I think we just tighten this. I'm gonna test it. Okay, I think we're good. Let's drill some stuff. I'm gonna make like a little mark. Oh, it's too far away. And now I've just got to do a few more of them. And here is the finished, completed box, other than the netting, because I'll put the netting on after we've planted all the stuff in there. I think it looks pretty good. James helped me a little bit threading on these pipes at the end. Ta-da! Yay! Now we have a family of 4, you guys. I'll put that in the bin. Well, I'll finish the vlog right here. The sun is setting and I'm like, whoa. I need to shower this tan off, but it is a gorgeous afternoon and we'll be heading off on our holiday tomorrow, which is very exciting. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit sleepy now, to be honest, after some time in the sunshine. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Can't wait to speak to y'all soon. Dag dag!